Hamlet Act 4 Analysis by Bruce Reynolds. Act 4 of William Shakespeare's Hamlet is a substantially significant asset in the reader's understanding of the plot and characters, with major changes occurring to both throughout the act, as well as the revealing of many traits in characters. Hamlet escaping Rosencrantz and Guildenstern with pirates and returning to Denmark is a major part of the play and act due to its major change in plot and what the reader learns about Hamlet. A quick synthesis of this is Claudius sends Hamlet off to England with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to have him killed. There is news from sea, and Horatio learns that pirates have captured Hamlet and rescued him from Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and is now back in Denmark. This causes a major change in plot. In a letter, this is what Hamlet has written for Horatio. Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Here we were 2 days old at sea. A pirate, a very warlike appointment, gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled bailer, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became the prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they knew what they did. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldest fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb. Yet they are too much light for gore of the matter. These good fellows will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine, Hamlet. This moment changed the whole dynamic of the plot, and how the reader thought it was going to end. Hamlet was sent to England with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who had a letter from the king to have Hamlet executed. Hamlet was to be killed, and Claudius was to get away with his murder of King Hamlet, since young Hamlet was the only one to know of it. When Hamlet escaped from Rosencrantz and Guildenstern and returned to Denmark, it majorly affected and extended the plot. Hamlet was now back in Denmark and was ready to seek revenge on Claudius. The plot became exciting, nervous, and enriched, because now the reader was left guessing what was going to happen next. This was also very revealing for Hamlet, as he says, "How all occasions do form against me, and spur my dull revenge. What is a man, if his chief good at market of his time, but to sleep and feed, a beast no more?" This was a revealing moment for Hamlet and for the reader. Throughout the play, Hamlet has been indecisive and hesitant. Hamlet has been betrayed, and he has been constantly acting on that and worrying. This moment was the first time Hamlet was truly alone and did not have to worry about betrayal. He had time to think about what he needed to do. Hamlet doesn't have to worry about betrayal and making himself aware of what everybody around him is doing, because he already knows that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have a letter saying to have him executed. Since he knows this, he can focus and feels he has nothing to lose. Seeing Fortinbras and his army and learning why they are moving through Denmark seems to have reproached him from his indecisiveness. Hamlet has realized that he has taken too long to get his revenge, and that he needs to get on with his revenge. In his letter to Horatio he writes, "Repair thou to me, with much speed as thou wouldest fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear, will make thee dumb, yet are they much too light for gore of the matter." This is a very important passage in the understanding of how Hamlet's character is changing. Before, Hamlet kept everything to himself and avoided anybody who came near him or tried to become close. But in the letter, Hamlet tells Horatio that he needs to tell him very important things, referring to everything that has happened thus far. For example, the murder of his father, the ghost, proving that Claudius is guilty, etc. This revealed to the reader that Hamlet is capable of acting on his thoughts and making plans instead of what he has been doing up to this instant, as well as finally opening up to somebody he trusts about everything. Ophelia's madness was a significant factor in Act 4 in regards to learning new things about the characters, in specific Claudius and Ophelia. A quick synthesis of Ophelia's madness is the death of Ophelia's father, Polonius, has left her completely overwhelmed. Ophelia is desperately in love with Hamlet, who has rejected her, and it is hard for her to understand his inconsistent actions and feeling towards her. It is because of her father's death, the fact Hamlet has treated her so poorly, and learning that the person she loves is responsible for her father's death is what sent her into her madness. She began to sing songs of death, dying, and broken promises. Over time, Gertrude then provides the news that Ophelia has drowned in the lake. Ophelia's madness was revealing for Ophelia and how she feels about Hamlet and their relationship. The explicit sexual references in Ophelia's songs perhaps account for her obsession with the now absent Hamlet, as in promising his love for her earlier in the play, and then being scorned. She is doubly heartbroken along with the death of her father, with lines such as, "Young men will do it if they come to it. By caught, they are blamed. They are to blame." It signifies a reference to the promiscuous or simply flighty man who promises love or sex, but backs out for a brief period of time. This is compounded by the following line, "You promised me to wed. So would I a done be yonder sun, and thou hast not come to my bed." It is this part of Ophelia's song that seems to condemn Hamlet as a cause of her mental insanity. Though the man in the song has promised the speaker that they will soon wed, he is left for no apparent reason, and like Hamlet's alleged claims of love and marriage to Ophelia, so too has Hamlet's broken those vows for no apparent reason. It is likely that Ophelia has fixated upon Hamlet's oath breaking so much so that, in not returning her love, Hamlet has broken both her heart and her poor mind. Ophelia's madness was also very revealing for Claudius, as we, the reader, learn more about. In Act 5, during Claudius' speech, he says, "Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment, without the which we are pictures or mere beasts, last, and as much containing as all these. Her brother is in secret come to France, feeds on his wonder, keeps himself in clouds, and wants not buzzards to infect his ear with pestilent speeches of her father's death, where in necessity, matter beggared, will nothing stick our person to arraign in ear and ear. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like to a murdering piece in many places, gives me superfluous death. The effect is mainly on Claudius. After witnessing her acts of insanity, he reflects on himself and his actions, such as burying Polonius so quickly without proper burial, resulting in the people muddied, thick, and unwholesome in their thoughts, therefore causing Ophelia to lose her sanity. He is beginning to feel the consequences of his actions, and gives me sympathy for his death. This is a revealing moment for Claudius and the reader, as this is the first time so far in the entire play that he has felt empathy or feelings for anything. First, he murdered his brother, took his wife and reaped the possession of as king, and is now plotting to have his nephew Hamlet killed. Ophelia's death was the first time the reader saw any emotion from Hamlet and viewed him as a person. The arrangement of the fencing match and the plot to kill Hamlet by Laertes and Claudius was both revealing for Claudius and Laertes, as well as a major change in the plot. The synthesis of this is, Claudius has given his account of the events which have taken place while Laertes has been away at school. The death of his father. He is now explaining why he has not been able to do anything about the situation. When the letters from Hamlet come, letting Claudius know he has returned, Claudius thinks quickly and flatters Laertes with talk of fencing and Hamlet's jealousy, then returns to the topic of the death of Polonius. Laertes jumps on the idea of revenge, and a fencing match is arranged. The blades will be sharp, and Laertes has brought a poison that will be put on the end of his blade and will prove fatal with even the smallest scratch. If this fails, they will poison a cup of wine and have Hamlet drink it. This was revealing for Laertes because it shows that he is truly a foil of Hamlet. Laertes first mentions revenge and proving that he is a foil to Hamlet, and Claudius explains to him why he hasn't taken action of Hamlet's criminal action. Laertes states, "And so I have a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth, if praises may go back again, stood challenger on the mount of all the age, for her perfections, but my revenge will come." He makes it clear that he plans on getting revenge for both his father and his sister. He is seeking revenge on Hamlet for killing his father as well as making Ophelia, his sister, the most perfect girl to ever live, lose her sanity. Given the circumstances and tone of the scene, it is apparent that Laertes is serious about his revenge and not just loosely saying he will get it. Immediately after this, the letters are delivered to Claudius. Claudius and Laertes learn that Hamlet has returned, and they see this as a perfect opportunity to seek revenge. Laertes even goes as far as saying to cut his throat in the church. Laertes talks of killing and poison after Claudius speaks of fencing, and comes up with a concrete, eloquent plan to kill Hamlet. This proves that Laertes is a foil to Hamlet because he is quick to make decisions and is quick to act on it, whereas Hamlet is hesitant, and when he does do something, it is rash and does not help him in any way. Talking with Laertes was also very revealing for Claudius to the reader, as we learned how manipulative he is. Claudius showed his manipulative nature while getting Laertes to seek revenge on Hamlet. Claudius is a smart, well-spoken man, which shows and helps him manipulate Laertes. When Claudius receives the letter acknowledging that Hamlet is back in Denmark, he seizes the opportunity to coax Laertes into revenge. Firstly,